Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I'm going to show you guys my writing process a little bit. I'm going to show you guys what it kind of takes to make a song that on the album that I did. Firstly, I just want to say that I'm using nothing more than this microphone, this little MIDI keyboard of mine, my little 25 key MIDI keyboard. It's an Alesis V29. I'm going to probably get a 649 before launch, just give you a little bit more options and flexibility. And then I used sometimes these headphones, and then I have a PA system down next to me that I use toward the end of the album to do the last few songs, including this one. But today, the one we're looking at is Fishing for Stars. Now, the product name for this, the file name is Seltzer Thoughts, because I wrote it with my buddy while I was drinking a seltzer a couple days after my 21st birthday. This is the 9th song of the album. It's Fishing for Stars. This was written with Charlie Cross. It was a pretty good time. We had a good time writing this over a few days. What you're looking at here is rhythm guitar. We have the marimba part, which is actually just most of the stuff is MIDI except for the guitar parts and the shaker, which you might notice this says salt and pepper. That's not a reference to the other song on the album. That is literally, we had a packet. It was a dual packet of salt and pepper. But we'll get into that in a bit. So we're going to start probably with the guitar parts. This guitar part out here, it's different. I know it says the same thing, but it's different. It sounds different. It's got different effects on it. But we can start with just the guitar and how we work and how we get this sound that we have with the guitar. Right, so that's pretty simple stuff to understand. It doesn't take much to get that. Oh shit, I completely forgot about down here. Yeah, okay, so there's more down here. There's lead guitar stuff down here. I need to actually open this up too, but we'll get to that in a minute. This part, let's go to the B section actually. We'll unsolo that, and we'll just solo this part. No wait, we want to solo this one, the other rhythm guitar. This is the B section, what you would call a chorus. And this is really just raw acoustic guitar. This is my Epiphone Hummingbird that I have. It's actually behind me where my thumb is, right there. It's right behind me. We use my Epiphone for that. It's an okay sound, honestly. It does the job. It does it pretty well, and can't really be upset with it. So as you can see, we have some stuff in here, but I've turned it all off because we tried some different sounds. We tried some different stuff, and we didn't really quite like it. But for the lead guitar down here, if I do this, if I go down here, you're going to hear we did some very, very different stuff. As you can see, all we did was the chorus, and we have it onto ensemble, so it sounds very different than it would if I didn't. And if I turn this off, it's going to sound totally different. It just sounds like a normal guitar. But I think this actually kind of helped the sound of it, honest to God. But yeah, that really, I think, changed the sound of the song, and it really added a lot to it. Of course, there is the little lick in here that we just copied and pasted around. This little lick is it's a little sweet picking Charlie did on the guitar, and it sounds pretty fucking cool, not gonna lie. We'll go ahead and play that little lick for you here. You might enjoy it, you might not. I love that little lick. I love that little lick. That little lick is so good. It's just a little sweet picking thing that Charlie did, and it turned out really well. I was kind of shocked with how well it turned out. If I turn off the chorus, actually, I wonder what it sounds like without the chorus on there. I'm really curious. Yeah, it sounds all right, actually. The chorus does go a long way to help like any little imperfection, because the chorus adds a little bit of, it's multiple layers, so it adds up a little bit. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. So the piano is pretty simple. I do change my piano a little bit. I usually turn up the reverb. I usually adjust these 4 knobs up here. I changed it all up to get the tone I want on the piano. But Charlie started, like, the way this song was written is Charlie just started playing the guitar, played a little riff, and I was like, wait, do this and do that. And then he just did it, and it sounded really cool. So it's like, okay, so what happens if the moment he started playing it, I had this vision in my head of a song that sounded like it was on a beach, and that's kind of how this came about. But it's definitely a lot of fun. So let's talk about the solo sections a little bit. These little solo sections in here. I'll unmute this and we can listen to this and you can kind of get a feel for what's happening. You'll notice the marimba stops during these, but you might not have noticed the piano here. The piano playing these little chords to follow along with what the guitar is doing. That doesn't happen every time. And this is an example you can see down here, that salt and pepper thing. It's just a little thing I did of it, doing this into this microphone. And I did that, and I just looped it over and over again, and it lined up like perfectly every time. So it's pretty nice. I think personally, I think that like the different effects on the guitar parts, the solo part, which I marked solo, and then the rhythm guitar, I think the different effects between the two really adds to like stand them out from each other. Of course, one of my favorite things about this song is the marimba. I have to be honest, it's one of my favorite parts of it. It's so good. You'll notice that it sounds so uneven and bad. It actually sounds worse than it does on Citrus, because what I'm doing is rather than like just inputting a MIDI, like I could like theoretically I could just like do 16th notes all through here. Could have done that and it probably would have sounded better, honest to God. But I didn't do that, and I didn't care enough to. But what I could have done that, and I probably could have done a lot better of a sound. So because I can't tap evenly. I am tapping right now. I can't really tap that evenly. Although I did better on Citrus. It was a lot easier on that song. But yeah, that's really fun. These just kind of follow with the guitar all the way through the song. It's a good time. Let's talk about the piano solo over here. Let's talk about that piano solo. Let's listen to that. And all the stuff is recorded like live. I don't input these. Like I record all this stuff, you know, like actually playing it, you know. I don't like go into here and input every single note individually. The only time I do that is if I like fuck up somewhere and I really need to fix it and it just sounds like ass. But otherwise everything's, you know, it's live. And sometimes I'll keep in the fuck ups and you can just hear it in the album and it's funny. Like Seibeism has a really clearly obvious fuck up where it's like there's a measure of 2/4 on accident and then we just keep going like nothing ever happened. Oh, I'm at the beginning, my bad. Let's keep listening to this piano solo here. So, part of the fun of like actually recording stuff live and not just like taking something and copying it directly down an octave, part of the fun of that is you get slight variations in the sound of stuff. You get ever so subtle variations, and it's really nice to listen to. Like, I played pretty well, honestly. I played pretty well in line with it. Yeah, you can see there's some different variation here in it. There's a little gap here that's not here. That's the fun of doing like a live recording of stuff, because not everything's like one-on-one, you know. It's little variations, and it's a lot of fun doing that. This last solo, if you were keen and you picked up on it, was just the guitar solo and the piano solo played on top of each other. I could have written an entirely new solo, but I thought, what if I just smacked them on top of each other? What would that sound like? And it didn't turn out bad at all. Like, it unintentionally turned out pretty good, which, because I didn't record the piano solo and the guitar solo, like, I didn't record them to sound the same when I did the solos. I just kind of did it, and it turned out all right. So yeah, I did the lead guitar part of this song. Charlie did the rhythm guitar part. I did the piano. I did the little shaker. Charlie did the epic fucking the epic fucking sweep pick thing, which honest to God, it's great. So like Charlie made the bones of the song, I would say. He made the main structure of it, and all I did was add on top of it. I put the skin on it, pretty much. Like if we're making a human, he made the bones, maybe a little bit of the nervous system of it to get the main structure down, how it moves, and then I just like smacked some muscle and skin on top and called it a day. So it was a really good fun time of us like writing this out. It was honestly one of my favorite experiences was writing this song with him. Yeah, so that's pretty much the song. If we go into here, you can see some different leveling stuff. I don't think there's really much different leveling here. The volumes seem to remain the same. Yeah, all the volumes remain the same throughout. Nothing really crazy going on. I guess until the very end where we do the fade out, which isn't, that's nothing really special. Cool. I want to do more of these videos. I think this one's a pretty good length, a little 11-minute video about how I make my music. On the next episode, we will go through a different song on the album. We'll talk about that. And maybe even at some point, I'll talk about Way Below. My most recently released song is Way Below. It's on YouTube right now. You can watch it. I'll put, it'll be on the end of this video. I might even put a little card thing up top here. You can watch that. It's a good song. It's a bit of a jam. It's a bit more of a lo-fi beat to it, I'm going to be making a little album, maybe an EP of lo-fi beats. Maybe. I don't know yet. Kind of thinking about it. I have a folder on my laptop right now that says Album 2. And it's got a couple songs in there that are kind of in the lo-fi kind of range. So I'm kind of having fun with that. And some of it's a little bit music theory nerdy stuff. But we can talk about that at a different time. In fact, it would be really fun to go over that when I talk about those songs. But anyway, for right now, that's all I have to do for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see more videos about how I go into my writing process and how I go into it. If you want me to go more in depth, like individual parts and how I come up with my ideas, I can do that. So see you guys all. Oh, I didn't even mention this. I completely forgot. The little wood drum you hear, guys. You might have noticed this little name over here on the right. It says Gary on desk, and that is not a lie. This part, sorry, let me solo it. This is me hitting my desk with reverb and chorus. That's literally it. It's just me hitting the desk. It's great. It sounds really good too. It sounds really good. That's the thing about it. I love it. Okay, sorry about that. I completely forgot about that. That's really fun. That's the best part of the song, honestly, is me hitting the desk. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye-bye.